I welcome you all. Hope you guys are doing fine. I'm doing fine, and I was thinking it would be weird if that planet over there would be Jupiter, because that means that we are kind of close by Earth. Anyways, for today, what I would like to do is set up a few different couple of basic assembly lines which we're going to put back after we demolish our old factory. And yes, I already got something ready right down there just to add a little bit of progress to this episode. But before doing that, I have to explain you guys something, and before doing even that, I got a couple of comments. The first one is of Safaricon. He says, "Are you playing the game the right way? Well, are you enjoying it? In that case, you're definitely playing it the right way. I really appreciate the way you edit your videos, talking about how you plan to do something and then cut to it when it's done. Keep the flow up, the interest going, and the city growing." Perfect. Captain Waffle says, "Great video, JB. Good to see you're feeling better." Well, I am definitely feel a lot better. Still, my throat is a little bit annoying. Thank you guys a lot for your nice comments. Really like to read them. I really like to answer them. And if you want to comment something, you don't really know what, you can always leave one of the emojis. So I was asking in the last episode, am I playing this the right way? And there is a reason for that. Because I have a bit the feeling that I'm doing something wrong, and looking at things afterwards, I am doing something wrong. Basically, the rods, steel plates, screws, and probably another couple things are all being made from this one mine right down here. This miner is just maxed out to the max, and let me just get my hot back, that'll be very handy. And so as you can see down here, it is pooping out 270 iron per minute. And I'm using all of this for too many different kind of assembly lines. And it is actually a little bit logic that I start to think, am I playing this correct way? Because I brought myself a little bit into a problem. The problem here is that I maxed out onto the screws so much that I had to add another miner which is being used for the reinforced plating. I had to crank it up and then split everything up when it comes over there. I will just show you in a second what I mean. And I have been thinking about what I am doing right down here. At the beginning, I had this motto or saying that each production line should have its own vein, which maybe it sounds logic. And then to come back on Safaricon comment, if I'm playing the game the right way, can only be done if I enjoy it. I am still enjoying it. So the whole situation here is you can play this game on many different ways, however you like to play it, as long as you enjoy it. Now, of course, there are sometimes difficulties. Difficulties I shouldn't try to solve right away. I should just stop the recording, start thinking about this, that, find solutions, see if things are logic or not. And on that way, in the end, everything is solvable and also understandable, right? Everyone has his own level of doing stuff. So at the beginning, I was doing a good job. Every assembly line, his own vein. And I kinda seems like forgot that I needed to do that. And so I got into a problem. Not only that, I should actually not be cramming in different projects in the same room. I should be doing it in the same building, but not in the same room. So as you can see right down here, there is this extra mine, right, which I basically use for the reinforced plating, because I needed to have more space for screws, which I cannot put into the screw building because the maximum of what the conveyor belt can handle right now has been reached. So I needed to, for now, set up an assembly line which can be changed later on once I have a higher mark conveyor belt. So this guy here wasn't here, and then the screw factory needed to be boosted up, and I kind of noticed that I wasn't getting any screws into my storage area. So slowly but surely I figured it out, because, you know, off camera you can just take your time, that I'm not getting enough stuff over there. I should get enough stuff plus maybe a little bit extra. Now, of course, the whole assembly line is completely filled up. That's because it takes a bit of time for small changes to, let's say, work 100%. So if I just change something now, it will take like 5 minutes before the effect is shown onto a long conveyor belt. So then I started to think, what am I doing wrong? And then I came to the conclusion that I should be giving every assembly line his own vein. It would make sense to actually take an impure node for something that doesn't require a lot. For example, if I just need a couple of rods, why not take the impure node that just gives 30 iron with 30 iron bars and then, you know, make it into rods. Now in this case, this number is wrong because another mistake I have been making, like I said before, I should do one project per room. So what, you know, if you're not like the super smart ass calculator kind of person, it can be troublesome. So what I mean with that, I had two of these guys for some basic rods. Fine, right? A little bit gets sent to the storage. And then this guy here is being used for, I believe this guy's being used for the metal factory. So what happens is I'm going to need to boost everything up, add some extra production here and there, take a lot of stuff, combine them together in this room, and then split all the stuff up. Which in some cases is not a difficult thing to do. But in my case, it's not very smart. Also, we need to keep in mind, you don't start with everything being unlocked. At some point, you get better conveyor belts, you get better miners, so more production is getting, you know, put through everything. So you continuously need to change stuff, and that can make things confusing. So what I should have been doing, this is something I'm going to keep in mind in the future. If I need rods, make them here, send them to the storage. If I need extra rods for another project, use another floor, in this case the one up here. And on that way, keep things separately. It's going to, you know, be more of a better overview of what I am doing. So what I am going to do, I don't want to talk too much about it. Throughout the week, I'm going to need to disconnect all of the iron stuff, because at this moment it's only the iron stuff in this building, that building, and that building over there, along with this building. Disconnect everything, reconnect everything, take care that the projects have its own room, which is also a good reason to make a building look high, because in the end, that is actually the whole idea of this city project. I want to have sky high buildings. I want to, you know, be wow, you know, it's like future New York City. But not only that, I want to create a little bit of feeling of the deeper down you go into the city, the more industrial dark it becomes. And when you go higher, it becomes, you know, more clear, more of a better overview. I want it to be from here, and there is a lot more I would like to add. I want to have sky high buildings on all the sides. I want to have train track going through, and this, you know what, the good thing is that this is a test project. This test project, me playing through this game for the first time, it's a bit of experience that I am getting right now. Experience for what? Well, for the future, I want to create the ultimate futuristic city, which will be done in the desert. I'm going to take all of the feedback that I'm doing here, all of you guys' tips and tricks, and create it again, but better. So one thing I'm not going to do is random round building or like an old building like that in the future city. I could do that, but I have to make it look different. It's a little bit like that one Star Wars type of planet, right? On the top, it is all luxurious and white and clean. And the deeper you go, the more poor and the more criminal and the more dirtier and stuff like that. I just don't know what the planet is called at this moment, but it's a little bit like that idea that I would like to create down here. But enough about that. Let me quick show you what I've been doing here, and then we're going to do a little bit of super cuts of me showing other buildings. Okay, so first of all, this might look weird, but there is a reason for that. There is like a piece of cliff sticking out. It is on here. Maybe I can show it to you from the side. Yeah, like that. So there's this whole piece of cliff onto the walkway, and I need to hide it a bit. So that is how I kind of solved the problem. So this building down here is the wire slash cable factory. There we go. So I connected up this guy, which I've used before for the same idea. And this is how you get into the building, right? Everything nice and fine. Goes very easy. And then goes down there. Comes out here. And then just connect up to melters. This is a lot of space for this project down here. But that's okay. I want to create gigantic buildings. And yeah. That is this idea here too. So basically it's getting melted in there, gonna go up there, which would the cables, no, the wire will be made and the wire will be split up. A part will go down into cables and a part will go up into, you know, that way to the storage area. I'm going to show you with a better view. So here's like a stairways. It's very simple. I'm gonna go up here. So here are the wires being made. So yeah, both just split up into two. 4 of these guys making wire. I seen that. There we go. And then the 2 on the outside are actually going to go to the storage area. And the 2 that are on the inside are going to go to the cable maker. Now I thought I needed a lot more cable makers in order to fulfill those 2 conveyor belts here. Apparently I just need 1, so 2 are gonna go into 1. And the cables come out and wires on both sides. And since we have smart splitter, I decided, you know what, since this is not 270 stuff that is gonna go onto these guys, let me just join them together. It also saves some space, so they join together. We're gonna go up here out of the 3rd window I got down there. And yeah, it is a lot of space, but it's fine by me. I'd rather have too much space and have it look nice than not enough space and have to cram stuff in and make it look ugly. So it comes out there, it goes onto the conveyor belt all the way up over there. Gonna go up and over, and yeah, I like this idea having this stuff in the middle. Of course at some point I reached it to max height because I want to have trains, a little bit like a metro train type of idea. Someday I'm going to go around the city and paint everything what needs to be painted, and also place decals where it needs to be placed and bushes, and I'm gonna make it look nice. Alright, so then it goes up here, and then down here it's a little bit of a mess, but I managed to put in a smart splitter right down here. Wire is gonna go straight, cable is coming out of the side, and then it joins into the building. And I got 1 more left for, I guess, the copper sheets. And of course down in here it's getting real messy. As you can see, this is how it looks for that part, and this is how it looks for that part. Way cleaner. It's fine. It works as it works. So yeah, this is how it all gets down. It was a bit of a messing around, but I think I like that because it also gives a challenge. I had to cram in 1 more. I had to cram it exactly between in everything down here. To have it go around the corner. It's just perfect like that. Yes, messy, but whatever. So I got 1 more spot left, is for this guy right down here. The copper sheets will go in there. I just need a little bit of copper sheets for, I believe, the pipeline. Now I've been doing some thinking, right? I'm like, how can I do this the best way? So my thinking said to me, since the production line of the copper for the sheeting is coming from all the way over there, why not just make a tiny factory near this spot here to just make it look nice, that wall. And then I have to think, because I also have this guy. You know what, I'm gonna create something nice for this one. This doesn't have to be a very high one. It can be very high. I have an idea. I'm getting all of a sudden inspired by, I believe it's Japan, where there's like a metro going straight through the building. This is just crazy. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, create a nice building. I will set up an assembly line, and I will see how I'm going to connect this guy up to the building. Maybe I will connect it up to the conveyor belt highway over there and let it just come via the highway to just keep things look a little bit nice. Alright, now before I'm going to show you the next building what I have been doing, I have been watching a video of Coffee Stain Studios that just came online, and this video shows some more stuff that comes with update 8. On this screenshot you can see we're getting like gigantic power poles, and probably by the look of it now I'm looking at it, we can also have longer wire between the power poles, which is also going to be very nice. Then on this next screenshot, someone actually noticed, which commented on the video, that if you look at the little gas thing on the left side, there are some explosives placed on them. Maybe it means in update 8 we can blow these gas things up and we can finally use the area for better things. And then we got a shot of this down here, and first I was like, what in the world is that? Are these like new generators or something? And the longer I looked at it, I quickly realized maybe these are just coal generators with these power battery stations near it. I haven't seen them just yet. I can make them, but like they're showing this into this video about these new power poles. So another thing here is this lever, little device with a lever on it. I'm not sure if that is also new or that it's all. I'm going to link this video in the description, and you guys can also let me know like what is new, what isn't new. Maybe I've missed something more in the video, but it is definitely very interesting and I like that they add some more stuff to it. Alright, and meanwhile it's becoming daytime, exactly what I was hoping for. Now first things first, I have been saying, oh, I would like to place the building on this side, right? But thinking about it afterwards, it is better to place it along the road of the project than behind the project, so I can fill in the blank a lot faster. And also sooner or later this project is like filled in. I cannot build more than the resources and stuff that I can get around this area. I could do it, but then I have to travel resources for miles and miles and miles, and it would be better to have like smaller module factories around the area too, right? And we need to make like a fort, and we need to make like some outposts, and we need to make like a mega city, stuff like that. So I wanted to have the whole middle section, I want to have it surrounded with buildings, and that is why I decided it would be good to place the copper sheet building right down here. I think it's perfect. It is not completely, you know, nice, but I'm going to take it. Maybe I can actually expand the balcony to just, you know, have it like less flat. I just have to see. For now it's not important. From the front it looks like this, just very simple, and yes, it is pink indoors. And also, as you can see down there, there's something different going on. But before I'm going to show you more about that, I make this tiny little, well, very small building between in. Here's of course the you know, the limestone miner. It's super simple, but it was funny to just do it like this. And then of course near it we can just, you know, build some more factories, because I'm going to have a quartz factory. I'm going to put these iron miners into a nice spot, and of course I got some spot left for some more metal work, and of course maybe a couple of other things. And then, you know, we're just gonna go into the sky, and other things, you know, will slowly be moved this way if it's about the end project. Maybe I'm gonna go too far. Anyways, so I thought, you know, I need to fill in this build here, because on this side there is basically like the cliff side behind here. So I couldn't do much with this room. Maybe I'm gonna give this a slight little change. It was just a quickie, and I'm looking at it, you know, it's a little too pointy, and I also have to think about like a sushi restaurant or whatever. So maybe I'm going to mess around with this and see what I can do to play around with this area to make it a little bit more interesting. But I thought it's kind of funny to have like one of each item just going around like that. But then we have a stairways going up right down here, and first go near here, and then, you know, connect it up here, go up and over, and it comes down here, split it up into 2 times 30, bake the stuff into bars, merge them together, split them up into 3, and then 3 of these, making like 10 copper sheets a minute. Just very simple, perfect. I wanted to have some different colors, that's why I made it purple. Comes out here, merges together, and then goes on to this conveyor belt. which also we have the limestone through here. There we go. So it's gonna go here. Now this part is going to be interesting because I slightly, yes and no, I made a little mistake at the build over there. I'm going to show you in a minute what it is, but I had to go a different way with that, which in the end is fine. I like to have a little bit of stuff different going. So it's gonna go this way, and I had to go up the rock, around the corner down here. I'm gonna go here, around the corner down here, and then I'm gonna go down into the middle. So as you can see, so first it was gonna go on top of this conveyor belt here, but then I quickly realized it needed to be connected down there, and it's not going to work to go around the pillar or whatever, so I just thought let's go around all the way. So I could connect it up between in. There is a reason why I connected it up between in, which I can just show you like this, because these guys have like two products, wire and cable, and I needed to have two of these, you know, with this smart splitter. I couldn't go down with it, so at first I had it on this level, and then I tried to split stuff up and it didn't look nice and the way it needed to connect it, so I thought let's give it some space. I got two windows perfectly near each other, so all on the same height, split it up that way, and that's why I had like a gap underneath this guy left for it. And yeah, I didn't think about the future of it, but it's okay, it's fine like how it is. And then it goes in here, and in here it's like a total mess. I have to look myself to what I've been doing here. Yeah, I believe I showed some stuff, but yeah, so it is coming out in here and then goes around like that. Now it is very messy, but for some reason when I look at like this, I was like, you know, it's actually kind of, I don't know, it's funny to see stuff go through each other like a mess. One goes left, right, up, down, forward, backwards. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep it like that. So it's some reason very satisfying to not have everything perfect. It is like looking like mini motorways or something like that. So yeah, so now everything is being done. We now have copper wire, cable, and copper sheets. Perfect. So this floor here is now completed and filled up. This basically means we can go next level, to say. And the first thing that's going to need to be next level is these broken type of quartz crystals and silica. So these two products will be, and then I'm going to have to think where I'm going to put it, because I'm going to keep in mind there is going to need to be a 4 products right down here and a 4 products right down there. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys, for tomorrow, which is for me is Saturday, I'm recording this on Friday, I'm going to need to do some stuff in and around the house. That's a responsibility you have when you grow older and being an adult. It basically means, you know, I cannot record anymore because I'm also going to need to edit this stuff, put it onto YouTube, and then, you know, take care that it comes online. But this also gives me a little bit of time to think, because the next thing we need to make is 2 products, right? And these 2 products need to be in this building, or need to come to this building. I'm going to need to think of a way, and of course you guys can also give me like maybe an idea. I'm going to need to think of a way how to get products right down here. Now I could say let's use the conveyor belt highway, as I like to call it. I don't have to, you know, put everything throughout this area. Now of course another thing that I could do is also make, just to be sure, another highway in the back. So at least a couple of things can go onto this highway, because it's only 1 conveyor belt. But I need to keep in mind, I'm going to need to rearrange some of these miners and the production that is up here and spread it out a little bit more. Use more miners and connect lesser different products up together. What I mean with another conveyor belt highway is actually behind here. Because you know that on this side we have like a hidden highway. I got few couple more spots left, and of course I can, you know, crack in 2 more down below of these windows. Yeah, I need to make like a building here too. Now I can make this building exactly that it's just, the ceiling is just above these miners here, and you know, of course Another miner will be here. So there is a tiny bit of space here, which what I can also do once again is make like a tiny building that goes up and over to here, so I can have a second floor where I can make a lot of production. And keep in mind to have a room behind the production, so if I make a building here too, I can transport everything up and behind the production room and go that way. And you know, this building doesn't need like a second floor for production, but it's just for the mining. And then I can make in the back there another highway going that way, because on this side I'm going to need to make some buildings too for whatever steel production, and it can also be transported out on the back towards the highway. So this way I can have at least 4 products already coming up to there, and I can make use of smart splitters. And then any of the other projects for later on, it's gonna come from other places. We're gonna make like modular factories, outposts, forts, future city. I also have like stuff over here that I haven't been used for anything just yet. But then again, I also have a couple of iron mines all the way in the back. So I'm going to need to do a little bit puzzling and maybe transport some of the iron via the highway, and then coming off the highway towards over here, and then connect it up to over there into the smelter building. Just to fill in the blank a little bit and smear like the miners over the place rather than have everything coming from that way. Or what I can also do is just get rid of these guys right down here and see if I can continue the roof. Having the roof like coming here, or make something different of this area. If you have ideas, then let me know down below in the comment section, and then I'm going to take care of throughout the week that I'm going to smear these miners over the place and just spread stuff out and make it, you know, give it a little bit of a boost again. And then on Wednesday I will probably upload a Hydroneer video, and then on the Sunday after that, next week Sunday, we're going to, you know, of course I'm going to show everything off, and then we're going to upgrade the dam. I want to make a new part onto the dam. Ooh, okay, which is on that side over there. I have an idea in mind. It's gonna be freaking awesome, and we need more power anyways before continuing, so that might be a good idea. And with that being said, I hope you have enjoyed your weekend and, you know, enjoy your Sunday. Now I'm thinking about it, I should not forget that I got this space down here. Maybe I should trap your ass in there and make like a zoo out of it. Why you're always here? You know, there is so much space on that side of the map. Why you have to walk here? You're just like a fly flying in the house, you know?